Hello everybody and welcome to a new Tekken 8 video. Before we start, I would like to ask you, who is your favorite Tekken character from the one we saw in the trailer? We saw a lot of legacy characters returning and I think most of them are pretty cool, but I believe you must have one favorite that you want to choose, no? So please let me know in the comment sections below, and now let's see together 5 things you could have missed from the new trailer. Number 5. Leroy references. You could have seen from the trailer a lot of Leroy references, particularly in the New York City stage, and this I think is normal for many reasons. Number 1, Leroy is probably the most popular DLC character when it comes to Tekken. His design is super cool and he also appeared in the Netflix adaptation of Tekken. And number 2, I believe this is a hint that Leroy has something to do with the New York City in terms of lore, and he will probably return as a playable character. So you could see Leroy actually in clothing advertising in the trailer. You could see him on neon light signs. You could see a statue of Leroy and even a silhouette of Sugar right on top of the background during the Jack versus Lars fight. So yes, Leroy appeared a lot in this trailer, and in my opinion it won't be the last time we see him. Number 4, Bob and Lee references. Just like Leroy, also Bob advertisings appear a lot in the stage. You can see a lot of Bob Burger advertising and also Bob Burger restaurant here in the city. And on top of this, you can also see Violet System, which is the company owned by Lee Cholan in the lore, appearing in an advertising in the background. So I'm not sure, but it might be safe to assume these guys are also returning to the game. But these are just very small hints, so I wouldn't take it for granted. Number 3, new Jack costume got Gigas tubes. This is something kinda weird and maybe it's a bit of a stretch, but the new Jak 8 costume, it looks like it has Gigas tubes. You can see Jak 8 is very different from Jak 7. I believe this is the biggest restyle that Jak ever had from a Tekken to another, and you can see that he's actually wearing tubes, and I wonder if this has to be like a sort of imitation coming from G-Corp towards the Gigas gear. It might be not, we don't know, but it would be cool to know that Jak 8 was actually improved, copying what the scientists saw functioning on Gigas. Number 2, Destroyed City exists. As mentioned before, the stage where we saw all the Leroy references is actually New York City, and more precisely it's Times Square. This means that New York City is returning to Tekken for a third time. The first time New York City appeared in Tekken was during Tekken 2. It was the pole stage. In this stage you could see the skyline of New York, which at the time included also the Twin Towers, as the game was made during the 90s. New York City appeared again in Tekken Tag 2 in a stage called Festive Parade, which was set in a fancy restaurant with some balloons outside. Number 1, Bruce Lee reference. In the Paul vs Law fight we see in the trailer, we can see how the two are fighting inside the Roman Colosseum. This is most probably a tribute to the Bruce Lee movie from 1972, Way of the Dragon, which is set in Rome, and it tells a fight between Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee inside the Colosseum. It's one of the most famous combat movie of all time, one of the most famous fight of all time, so it's very nice to see how Tekken paid tribute to them. Did you notice any other reference during the trailer? If yes, please let me know in the comment section of this video. If you enjoyed the content of the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It will help me a lot in terms of growing the channel and also as a motivation to keep grinding. Thank you!